Hey Kate, how's it going?
Hi, good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine too.
Good.
Yeah, so nice to have you here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I love your Life is Strange Steph story in the background.
Yeah, I have
That's
the Steph's
awesome.
book over there,
Yeah, I love it.
and I have the comics. It's the only one I have because they don't release this on Brazil.
Really?
Yeah,
And there's no way you can get it?
I can buy from Amazon, but it costs like a lot because the dollar is
Wow, that's not fair.
yeah, it's
What the
expensive.
heck? I'm sorry.
But this is one of the reasons that you couldn't be the better person to be here in the channel because it's the first time that we have a release from some material from Life Strange in Portuguese, Brazilian
That's
Portuguese.
crazy. I'm really glad to hear that they did that. I know there's a lot of Life is Strange Brazilian fans.
Yeah, they really love Steph a lot.
Yay.
The,
Aw.
the publisher who released this is Jumbo, and they sent me it like a gift because they know my channel, and I have one of the only channels in Brazil that covers everything from Life Strange. So
That's so cool. So that book is written in Portuguese?
yeah, they translated.
Cool.
Did you read the book?
I mean, I did the audiobook for it. Did you not know there was an
Really?
audiobook?
No, I didn't didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's an audiobook and I
Oh
did
my
a
god!
voiceover for it.
And what did you think about the book? Like the
I mean, I liked
story?
it. It was great. Yeah, the story is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like it really connected with Steph. Yeah.
I didn't finish yet, but the writing is more directed to a younger audience, you know?
Yeah, it's considered a young adult
Yeah,
novel.
yeah,
hmm
and it's more focused in the, these social issues, especially the LGBTQ. I don't know exactly the
Yeah, yeah,
acronym in
LGBTQ.
English.
Yeah, I plus. Yeah.
But it's really cool that they are using Steph in this book
hmm
because she rules. So she's perfect for this kind of stories. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying.
Aw.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that. Yeah, doing the audiobook was awesome for it. I was breathing life into the character again and I got to do her voice and everything for the narration. Yeah, I think it's about an 8-hour listen. I don't know like the accessibility in Brazil, but I know that it's on, Apple Music or whatever the Apple equivalent is to audiobooks, and then it's on Amazon as well, so on Audible. So yeah, I mean it's there if you're able to access it. But yeah, it was fun to do.
Yeah, I would definitely check it out because for me it's really hard to read a book because I'm always working. I'm a game developer, and I'm
Yeah.
always working. So I am making sometimes 2D stuff or programming, and for me,
Mhm.
listen to a audiobook is way more accessible.
Accessible. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Yeah, I know a lot of people have like listened to it while they're doing work or while they're driving somewhere, commuting to work. So yeah.
I don't know about you, but I used to have a Kindle, and for me, it's way
Mhm.
easier to read when you have a Kindle because I don't like to fight with the pages when
Yeah.
I'm lying down and I'm trying to read some book.
It's just like falling, yeah, all over,
Yeah,
especially if it's like a new crisp book and
damn
you can't even open
gravity.
it. Yeah.
So, Kate, what is going on in your life? What are you've been doing? Do
Oh
you have
man.
new projects? Are you focused on your live
Yeah.
streams?
Yeah.
Tell
So
us.
currently right now we have started production for a new indie horror film that we
Ooh,
actually we had a Kickstarter for,
nice.
which was super great. We raised 40,000 USD for the Kickstarter. So that is going to be so incredibly helpful for the feature. But yeah, I mean it's an indie horror feature, so it's a small group of people, but we've got some awesome actors coming in, horror actors from like the 70s, which is really great. And yeah, I am one of the leads in it and also one of the producers on it as well. So very excited about that. We had our first set day last week, but then we'll get into like the principal shooting in April. So hopefully by next year, by quarter 4 of next year, we'll see this movie. But I'm very excited about it. I really like horror, and I'm excited to be a part of this project. So that's something that's happening. Yeah. Other than that, just a bunch of streaming. I did another audiobook, which was really cool, called My Darlings.
Wow.
That's available, I believe, everywhere as well. But yeah, just trying to survive and trying to continue finding more work, whether it's voiceover or on camera, and then just streaming. But
Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool. I will put the links on the description.
Yeah,
You send me after the recording,
yeah, that'd be great.
so people can check it out. Okay. So I got a lot of questions for you, and
Mhm.
I know we don't have time to, to go through all of it. So I selected 20
Okay.
random questions, not just because I want you to answer all of it, just because I have a D20 here somewhere.
Ooh, so you're gonna roll for it? Cool. I
Yeah.
love it. I'm down for it.
And I
I
think
love that.
this is one thing Steph would do if she was in my place.
Yes, this is exactly what Steph would do.
So let's
I'm
roll.
excited. Okay, cool. Sounds good. Yay.
Let me see. Let me get all the questions here.
What a cool, unique idea. I like that.
You never did this before?
No, but it's smart.
Oh my god. Guinness is not sponsoring me, so let's go. Number 5, Henry Lightwood. Whoa, that's a great name. Seems
Oh,
like
these are questions from the community?
yeah.
Oh,
I posted on my
cool.
YouTube today on the
Oh my
community
God.
tab, so it's from the community.
Cool. That's so cool that so many people wanted to ask questions. I'm so excited.
Yeah.
Aw.
So Henry Lightwood asked if Steph had a power, which one would you choose? How do you think it would impact in her story?
Yeah, I've gotten this question a ton of times, and I never really have. Like the cop out answer that I gave like 7 years ago was that she would just turn everyone gay. That would be her superpower. I come back on that because I feel like I should come up with like a more serious answer. I don't know. I feel like Steph is very similar to Alex in like her empathy, and so like I don't want to just like choose a power that's already out there, but I feel like Steph would do a really good job at like yeah, feeling people and like understanding how to help them in that sense. I feel like she already kind of does that.
If I came out with a silly idea for Steph power, maybe she can have like infinite stamina, so she can play drums forever. Like
She
she
just
can
plays,
have
she just goes forever. She'll never stop. I mean, that would actually make sense because she does so many things. I
yeah.
wish I had infinity stamina
Me
because
too.
I do too many things and I need to just keep going and I can't sometimes. Yeah, that'd be perfect for Steph. She would be able to run run the radio station. She'd be able to DJ. She'd be able to play drums, do her D&D stuff. She wouldn't stop. That'd be great. I like that one.
I think everyone who plays drums, they are thinking like, yes, I would love to have this power, because every drummer I ever met, they have like 10 bands. And
Oh, I know. My dad, he's actually a drummer.
really,
And he was in two bands and he actually just left his band of 23 years that he created and managed and built for the
oh,
last 23 years. He just left it literally like 2 days ago, which I was like, I never thought I'd see the day because yeah, it's like, how do you leave something that you've been with for 23 years?
yeah.
But it was just time, and now he's just able to focus on this other band that they're making originals, and it's kind of like folky and a little less like because he's retired. It's a little less. The other band was a rock and roll band, so he can like kind of
Yeah,
just like chill a little bit. But yeah, it's funny when you're a drummer, you're in multiple different projects, you've got multiple bands going on.
that's so cool. And did you learn to play drums
Yeah,
too?
I can take the drums as a party trick.
Oh, nice. Did you play in the that scene from Life Strange True Colors?
No, that's not me. No, that's Erica doing mocap for
Yeah,
it.
she did both.
Yeah, she did like there's a video out on YouTube of performance of
Yeah.
Blister in the Sun, and it's literally just that entire scene is literally just Erica. Because I think that from what I saw, it looks like they did it during the pandemic, and so
Yeah.
they couldn't get a bunch of different people in. So I mean, she was like randos in the crowd, like random NPCs in the crowd. She even like did some like mocap for Jed and for
Yeah.
Ryan, and then she did the mocap playing the drums for Steph, and like she obviously did her own character. So that entire scene is just Erica.
I think I remember this video because I remember seeing her doing that Jed face, like, huh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's good.
yes. Was that the Ryan face? I think that was the Ryan face, right? Or was that the Jed face? It was one of those
I
faces.
think it's
But yeah.
Jed's face. Okay, let's go for another question.
Okay.
So number 4, yay, Igor Tavares. Is there any other character that you would have liked to have played from Life Strange franchise or any other game?
Ooh, I always say Chloe, man. Chloe'd be so fun to play. She's like Steph adjacent in like the way that like, her and Steph are kind of like similar, like, kind of edgy in a way. Like
Yeah.
Chloe's way more edgier than Steph is, but like I think that's where I kind of gravitate towards when I think of like another character I'd like to play. Is because like I think I could dig even deeper into that edgy and grudgy like type of character who just like doesn't give a shit. I mean, like Steph cusses a lot, but like Chloe, dude, she's got a mouth of a sailor. And like I don't know, I just think it'd be fun to just like dive into that character. Yeah, maybe her in the OG Life is Strange, not Before the Storm.
Yeah, yeah. She's a little bit different, and
Yeah, I feel like she's more like edgy and like she doesn't give a fuck
Yeah.
anymore, and I like that. That's fun to play.
Cool. Let's go. 16. 16 is Sayuki. What's your favorite character apart from Steph? And if you cried a lot?
I cry all the time. I cry probably. No, I'm just kidding. Can it be a character from the new game?
Sorry, the new
Can
game.
Can it be a character from the new game from Double Exposure?
From Double Exposure, yeah. Which one did you?
Yeah. Okay. Moses.
Moses. Yeah, he's my favorite character.
I love Moses. No.
I liked him because he's so grounded. And, well, let's be honest, I didn't like the game in general, but Moses, he is the one. He and I think Gwen gives me this feeling sometimes.
Too,
yeah. But Moses.
Gwen got mad at me, and I was like, I don't know about you anymore, Gwen. She got mad at me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, Gwen. You were cool, and then you got mean.
Yeah.
I did the wrong thing, obviously. But yeah, Moses is just such a sweetheart.
And he's the one who seems to felt all the Safi's death grief.
Mm-hmm.
And I was expecting like Max to have more of it, or even Caledon in general. I didn't feel like the characters there just cared about Safi at all.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think we're getting something else after, based on like, I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who hasn't watched it, but or played it. But it sounds like we're getting something else. And so I only assume that they're just going to build off,
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think. Did you ever see The Expanse?
No, I didn't play it.
Okay, so, no, it's the TV show. Sorry.
The TV show. Okay, no.
Yeah, did you ever see it? Okay, so it takes like 2 seasons for it to get going. Like, it's kind of like the first season is a drag and a half. And like, every time I tell people to watch The Expanse, like the TV show, I say, please just get through the first season. Like it's so slow. But like what's great about that series is that it uses like the first season and a half to really build these characters and these relationships. So further on in the series, like in season 3 and like even 5, you're like, holy shit, like that, what happened? Now, like I can play back in season 1 and be like, yo, like that was a foreshadowing of this, or like that helped those 2 characters build into this moment right here. So like I feel like hopefully that's some a path that this could go in, and there hopefully will be more character development and stuff. Hopefully, if it's this, it seems like it's going to be the same type of characters or the same characters in the game. So I don't know, but that's kind of what I'm expecting. So
yeah, you probably just answered a lot of people who were asking in the comments like your opinion about the Double Exposure.
My opinion.
Yeah,
my opinion on Double Exposure. Well, it's on my YouTube channel. Anybody can go watch it. So like the entire thing's on my YouTube channel. I really liked Max in this game a lot. I was not a big fan of Max in the first game. I think the reason I wasn't a big fan of her was because she's just younger than me and was on a different path than I was when I played that game. And so I wasn't able to connect to her on an emotional level because she was just, she was younger. She wasn't as mature. She was, she was just doing things that I'm like, why are you doing this? But then it's like, as a player, I have to be like, she's a child. She's literally a teenager, right?
Yeah.
And so that she just doesn't have the cognitive thinking. But this game, I really liked her. I was like, holy shit, she's doing things that like I would do. Like she's saying things, she was cussing a lot. I was like, who are you, Max? Like she was like so much more down to earth in this game. And I feel like on a mature level where I could just understand her. Like she would like get pissed off or say something or like think about something that I was thinking about too.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, what the heck? Like that wasn't happening in the first game. So I think just the age difference of her being older was like allowed me to connect with her more. So yeah, like I really, really liked Max in this game, like a lot. Like, yeah, really, really liked her.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think like the introduction of all the new characters has been super fun. And like I said, I hope that we get to like learn more about them, and I hope we get to see more Moses because I really do like Moses. He's just the sweetest. He's just the sweetest guy. But yeah, like the ending for me was a little bit confusing. And if you watch my YouTube video, you'll see I'm just like, I don't know what's happening. And again, I'm hoping that like all of it will make sense in whatever else they have coming up.
For me, it seems like the Life Strange Double Exposure, the game ends in the middle of the game. Like, okay, now we're gonna get some answers. No, we're not.
Yeah.
You need to buy another game later.
Like, yeah, I mean, I think that's just like the probably the cliffhanger that they were going for. You know, it's like I said, it sounds like they're doing something else. I don't know, like if it'd be a DLC or a whole nother game. But it's definitely left in the cliffhanger. The first 3 episodes, was the first 2, first 3 were my favorite. Like I was on the edge of my seat every single episode. At the end of it, I was like,
yeah,
I just needed to keep playing.
Chapters
I don't know, I really enjoyed
4
it.
and 5 is so confused. Like,
yeah, it got a little bit confusing for me there, and that's again why I'm hoping that when whatever else comes up will make more sense for me. But also, I get really confused easily too. Like I'll watch movies and I'll be with a friend and I'll be like, "What's happening?" And they're like, "Katie, just watch." And I'm like, "But I don't understand." So I'm like, it could just also be a me thing.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It was cool to see Max, and I'm so happy for Hannah, and I'm so proud of her for being nominated for a game award. Like that's so cool. Like that is so cool. I mean, she literally was with this character 10 years ago, right? Like
Yeah.
almost 10 years ago, 9 years ago. But like that is so cool to be able to then come back, you know, as your character and then be recognized so much that you're getting nominated for a game award. Oh, I just can't even imagine how good she feels. Like I'm so proud of her and so happy for her.
Yeah, I agree with that. So let's go to another question.
Hey.
So 15. 15 is Sarah. What's your favorite song from Life Strange soundtrack? Oh, this one is so good.
Wait, which one? All of them?
Yeah, all of them.
Natalie by
Natalie.
Milk and Bone from Liz 2.
Life Strange 2, right? Oh,
Yeah.
that one is really good.
That I believe that is the song, if I'm not mistaken, that is playing when after Daniel just destroys the wheat farmhouse and everyone's just like either dead or just passed out. And yeah, I think that's the Natalie song. But I believe that's it. But yeah, that's my favorite. Also the Melancholy Hill, I think by the Gorillaz.
Yeah.
Liz 2, honestly, Liz 2 has one of my favorite soundtracks. But Daughter also is really good too.
Yeah.
And that new song by Chloe, I don't know how to pronounce her last name. Chloe,
which one?
The September song from this game. It's a really great song if you have not listened to it. It's called September and it's by Chloe. And I can't remember.
Okay, yeah, from the double exposure. Yeah, I know this one.
That is such a beautiful song. I love it. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what's really great about the series is the music. You know, like the music is always hits.
Yeah.
All freaking hits. But yeah, Liz 2 and I would say the Daughter soundtrack are like my faves. Yeah.
Oh, I still listen to Daughter a lot.
Oh my God, Daughter's amazing.
Every time I'm having a bad day, I go for a walk because I live in my own Arcadia Bay here. I live near to the beach, and it's very beautiful here where I live. And I put my headphones on, and yeah, I listen to Daughter or some other indie stuff. When you're saying about the Natalie, I have a funny story about it because when I was recording my gameplay for this channel, in this ending cutscene, the song didn't play.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like, it wasn't supposed to have
you didn't have like the. I don't even know if back then they had the whole screamer music thing where you could turn it off. That sucks.
I was just imagining what song could be playing in that scene, and when I saw the chapel on fire, I was like, oh, it looks like Guns N' Roses' November Rain.
Oh my God, how funny. I mean, yeah, that could fit too.
And I edited my gameplay with the song.
Hell yeah.
It's perfect. Even the rhythm.
Yeah, it makes sense. It like follows to the script. Oh, I love that. It's also it was back where I was really scared about being DMCA'd on Twitch. So like I would do that same thing. I think I was playing the remastered Before the Storm and even like some True Colors, and I would just like pause before I knew like a cutscene was coming up, and I would go pick a song on Spotify to play. and I was really good at it. Yeah, I was really good at matching it. I was proud of myself. Yeah.
um, they did really well in the new game because the double exposure isn't flagging the songs, right?
No, yeah, I think it's because I mean I have no idea how it works with music and stuff, but I assume they got the rights to like have it out publicly. I don't know because when I put my YouTube videos up, like even the Chloe song didn't get flagged. I'm like, I don't know what's happening, but like
Yeah.
yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah, maybe they white flag all the channels that they see that
Yeah.
is gameplay. I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm recording a new series in the channel, replaying the Life Strange 1, and Life Strange 1 is really hard not to like put a video on without getting flagged for music.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing, I'm literally getting my guitar and I'm playing and singing the songs.
You are, that's so cool. I love that. That's a good thing. That's a good way to do it.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
it's working. It's working. Sometimes
Yeah.
they ask for a shared revenue, but so far I didn't have any problem.
Listen, if they're asking for a shared revenue, that means that you've done a really good cover. So that's like a
Yeah,
goal.
it's happening a lot to me on my live streams. Yeah,
Mhm.
usually in the ending of the live streams, people ask me to play some Live Strange songs, and I go there and play some Wolf Alice, something like that, and I'm like
Yeah,
getting flagged. So yeah,
that's a
thank you
compliment.
YouTube. Yeah, thank you music
Yeah,
industry for being
right. One
so
time
bad.
I was doing a cooking stream and my blender got DMCA'd for Skrillex, for like the dubstep Skrillex band. And I was like, what is happening right now? That was like 5 years ago. So they've obviously fixed it now, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's go for another question. Number one. So,
Ooh.
Gabriel Leite e Soneca. Uh, what did you like the most about playing Steph? And if there is anything you didn't like about the process, I think about the mocap, I don't know.
I mean, Steph has my heart forever. I love her so much. She's just a part of me. Um, and I'm so grateful and blessed every single day to have been able to help breathe life into her, along with the rest of like the studio and the writers and the directors, and the animators and everything. I'm just honestly grateful. But yeah, I mean, she taught me a lot, especially the DLC did. The DLC, we did the DLC like during the pandemic, you know. And so I believe it came out during the pandemic as well, towards the end of it. But it was like such a like a mirror to what we were experiencing in the pandemic. You know, Steph was literally alone all by herself, like having to figure out like how to be alone and be okay being alone. You know, she just came back from this like crazy breakup, you know, that we ended up learning about in the Steph story. Just basically letting go of trying so hard and knowing that something is going to come your way if it's meant to be. And then she, you know, finds Alex and meets Alex at the
Yeah.
end, which is so cool. And when I was playing that game, like obviously, like, you know, we recorded it and I did everything for it, but like playing it was so much more powerful for me. I was like, wow, like this is like, I don't know, like I got emotional playing it because I was going through the same thing at the time, you know, just being so alone from the pandemic and not being around people because I was nervous. I stayed away from people for like 2 years, legit, in my room for 2 years. I was so scared. Yeah, so I don't know, I just love how I was able to connect with her story and she taught me a lot and she's great. So yeah, I don't think like I can't I can't even think of anything negative to say, even if like I needed to or wanted to. Like I loved being in the mocap suit. It was so comfortable. It was like a blanket, like a hug. I know a lot of other people didn't really enjoy being in it,
Really,
but like I liked it. I don't know, it's fun. I felt like I was in a Spidey suit
I
and I could
always
just like
thought
move
that
around.
the suit is really tight. It
Yeah,
isn't.
it is tight, but I don't know. I liked it. I don't know. It just like felt. I was ready to go. Definitely like having to figure out how to act, you know, with the camera bar in front of your face,
Oh,
like that was tricky.
yeah.
But as soon as like you know, like we figured it out, it was easy. But I did hit a lot of doors, you know, and sometimes like other actors, we would hit each other's like cameras sometimes just because yeah you have to like you know keep in mind that there's like a good like 3 feet or whatever, no not 3 feet, 2 feet, 1 foot, I don't know, in front of you that you have to be
Yeah.
very careful about. But yeah, no, I mean I don't know, Steph was great. like I have no complaints. I've been able to explore her, you know, as a teenager. I've been able to explore her in between that and like in Steph's story, like there's so much content with Steph, it's insane.
Yeah.
I remember doing the True Colors scene in episode 2 where she's sad about Gabe's death and being like, oh my God, I'm so excited that I can, you know, really dig into different emotions with her, because before that it was just like D&D and like, hey, like I can be a friend and help you, Chloe, if you want to try to hit on Rachel. And so it was exciting for me to dig into a deeper side to Steph. And then Steph's story, doing the narration for Steph's story, that was just, I mean, everything was so sad. Like it's so deep and just like, oh, so it's so good. And as an actor, like I enjoy playing those like hard emotions. It's challenging, right? To
Yeah.
like dip into, but yeah, so I'm just grateful for that entire experience, and I cross my fingers that maybe she'll come back again, right? I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? Because
We're all
I'm
hoping
also
so.
wearing my Haven Springs
Oh,
record.
that's so cool.
I know. I
Uh,
love it. No, I'm a fan. I'm such a fan. It's
the,
crazy.
the only thing I got closer to a Haven Spring thing is this beer, a Patagonia, because
Oh,
it has the mountain stuff and
oh hell
yeah, and I was just waiting for an excuse to open it.
yeah! You're gonna open it right now? Let's go.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Cool.
Cheers. So Kate, what was your routine
Yeah.
like recording? Did you have to stay with the suit for like a lot of hours?
Yeah, sometimes if you weren't, no, today, I don't even know. No, I think we kept our helmets on pretty much the entire time. Maybe we took them off if there was a really long break. But yeah, like, yeah, if you were on set with a bunch of folks and like, you know, they were doing multiple scenes, yeah, you would be waiting. Or if there's, you know, putting the setup and like putting all of the boxes and things, yeah, you just go into the actor space and just sit there and
Yeah.
hang out. But yeah, you have to stay with your gear on. And the camera always stays on, but they turn the audio off. So, but yeah, it's funny because they have the camera feeds back behind one of the stations, and so like you can just like look at what everyone's doing. Like, so there'll be like actors in the actor space or just like running lines, and they're just like eating food, and I'm like, this is so funny. Yeah, no, so you just wait around and wait for your scene, and then yeah, we would figure out the blocking, and then Webb would, you know, kind of say, hey, okay, this is what like we're feeling for the scene. Like if there was any like, you know, major things we needed to hit, or, you know, major things we needed to accomplish during the scene. Otherwise, we were just kind of set free. And then we would do a rehearsal, and then he would change some stuff, and then we would, you know, go for a take. And yeah, we would do a couple takes and then move on, and yeah, change anything if necessary, and then we'd circle it and move on to the next scene. But you know, it's a lot because it's choose your own adventure, so there's different options. So yeah, so what one scene would be, it's like double because of those different options. So that was always fun to play. It'd be like, okay, now like, you know, you're upset because, you know, this timeline or this like, yeah, the timeline of the choices you've made up into this moment has made Steph sad. So now you have to be upset. So, and that was always crazy. You just rely on Webb and everybody there to know what's going on, because as an actor, especially if you don't know, like if you're coming in like fresh, you're like, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was really great. It was a good experience.
And Let's Change Two Colors came out in the
it was
2021.
Yeah.
So when did you start to record all your Steph movements and voice?
In summer, I believe, of 2020. So like around June of 2020, yeah. There's also, if you're not familiar, if anybody watching is not familiar, I have a whole Life is Strange vlog series. There's like 16 or 17 episodes on my YouTube channel that go through my entire process of working on Life is Strange, True Colors, and the Wavelengths DLC. So if you want to fact check me on the actual days, they're on there. But yeah, so I think around like June of 2020, and then the last time we recorded was February of 2021 for Wavelengths. And yeah, it was me driving back and forth. I think I drove like 2 or 3 times to Colorado because I was too scared to fly because I was scared of the COVID. So I drove.
You live in California, right? Or
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. How long is the trip from California to Colorado?
17 hours.
70 hours. Oh,
yeah,
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was fun. I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was a good experience, especially like during like, again, the pandemic where I wasn't getting out much. But yeah, it was just me and like 3 other people on set. And everybody was like masked up, and they were very respectful of like, you know, my comfort. And then yeah, we really just needed the cinematics of Steph, and we got those within you know, a couple of times of me going out there. And then they just needed voiceover. They needed all of the, you know, her inner monologue and her thoughts outside of the cinematics. And they sent me with a little makeshift studio, like a canopy and a bunch of sound blankets and a computer. And I just set it up in my living room at the time. And yeah, we recorded a bunch in there. Just did a bunch of lines. So yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, but it was so fun. I mean, it
Yeah.
was so cool. And that was just for a DLC, which is crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like, but that was so cool. It's still surreal to me that my character had her own DLC. Like, I think about it every day, and I'm like, that is so cool. Like,
Yeah, and it's a good DLC because it's not like the cat DLC in Double Exposure, like a actual DLC. What happens a lot
yeah,
of things.
yeah, it's a DLC. Yes. No, I mean, it's great. Yeah, I love it. It's really fun.
Cool. Let's go for another question. Oh, by the way, I will, what is my dice?
Oh no,
Yeah, I don't know. Chloe?
I have one. If you can't find yours,
Do
okay.
you have the D20?
Yes.
Yeah, roll it up. But
20. I just rolled a 20.
20. Whoa.
Hey.
Oh, and it is a good question. Luis asked, is there any extra material from Steph that was recorded for BTS recorders and the Wavelength DLC that was discarded in the final version? Ooh.
I literally don't think so. I have no, like, I don't have any memory because I've had this question asked a bunch. I don't have any memory of things that didn't make it in. So I don't think so. I don't think there was anything. I do know that prior to the pandemic, like the Steph DLC was gonna, you know, take place in more places in Haven Springs. Like they were gonna go over, I think, at some point and go to the Black Lantern, and like, you know, some of the characters were gonna be there. But because of the pandemic and just being tricky filming, they couldn't do that.
Oh.
That's the only thing that I know that like I've heard that was talked about that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, due to the pandemic.
That's
But other than that, no, I don't remember anything that I did or playing through, and I'm like, wait, where's this? I think I just put everything in. I don't know.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, though.
Yeah, it makes sense because they closed the script before. And did you receive like the script months before going to Colorado to record, or
No, it was usually like a couple of like days before.
yeah?
Or like yeah, maybe yeah, like a couple days before, the week before, you would get the script sent out, and then they would have a printout for you. But I think I was able to, you know, my brain isn't working very well now. I'm like wondering because I know we had them in like these briefcase things. It was very secretive. But I'm like, if they had them in briefcase things, I have a feeling they didn't actually send them out to us, but they had to have
Yeah.
because I remember working on them. I don't know. I think we got them a little bit in advance, but I don't remember the timeline. So long ago. Yeah, I do remember being in like my hotel, you know, the night before, just like running lines and walking back and forth in the room, just getting everything done. Because yeah, I want to just come ready to play, and yeah, so yeah.
Okay, let's go. I found
Oh,
my
you got
dice.
it.
But if you wanted to throw the dice
No,
again,
I want to stay on that. I want to stay on that D20.
because
I can't roll
you
it.
have lucky, like
Yeah, I can't roll it. I gotta stay on that D20.
you're a pro, it seems. So 18, it's Nicodilo. What do you think Steph really felt about Chloe and Rachel, and what she felt when she knew about both her death?
Second part of that, when she thought about her death.
What she felt when she knew about both death of Chloe and Rachel, and
Oh,
spoiler.
yeah. I mean, that's something that like they've never explored. Well, I mean, they explore Chloe's. I don't think we ever really explored Rachel's though.
Yeah.
But we explore Chloe's in Wavelengths. Yeah, I mean, she's sad. You know, she's sad. That was one of her friends. I don't think they ever really talked too much about Rachel's with stuff. But yeah, no, she's definitely sad about Chloe. I mean, that's one of her friends, you know, and I think the entire town is devastated about what happened.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I think Steph is like, you see it in BTS. Steph is supportive of Chloe and Rachel, and like you know, Steph is just a good friend of Chloe's. And I think that's what Chloe needs, you know, just some down to earth good friendship, and so she can chase the rebel girl, you know.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
she had a crush on Rachel, right? And
She did. And that's such a power move to be like, you know what? I don't want to take that from you. Like, I know you're going through a lot. Like, you're doing, you know,
yeah.
whatever. Like, I don't, like, mine's just a silly little crush. It's fine. Like, her confidence level, like, Steph knows she's cool. She's like, yeah, I don't need it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, I'll help you with it.
She's so
It's
relaxed
cool.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what yeah. That's
And,
what I
and,
love
and your
about it.
voice helps a lot because you have like a voice that, you know, delivers this relaxed. I don't know. It's really unique. I think this is one of the reasons why they got Steph back for True Colors. I don't know. It's like it's a character that everyone reminds, like, oh, that scene when you play RPG with Steph and was Mickey?
Mikey.
Mikey. Yeah, it's a cool segment, and for the people who played the Life Strange Before the Storm, like very hard, like they explored everything.
Mhm.
I think Steph is a really remarkable character, like because of that moment.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I mean, that was her first time. I mean, she, according to the dev team, that was she was just supposed to be an NPC sitting at a table.
Yeah.
She had, like, she was just an NPC sitting at a table. Like, that was the character right there. She was just a random character sitting at the table. And then one of the devs was like, we should do like a D&D thing.
Yeah.
And then they were able to pitch it. I believe, don't quote me, but I believe his name was Chris. It's been a long time. But I remember he was pitched it really, really hard. Yeah, it was Chris. Yeah. Pitched it really hard, and yeah, that I believe got fans really excited about Steph and excited about like this new element in a Life is Strange game, and so they brought it back for episode 3. And yeah, I think the fan reaction to Steph was just like so excited to see somebody
Yeah.
just so much like them. Because we hadn't really like, yeah, touched on such a unique character in terms of like everything cool. Like, she had everything. Like, I'm just like, you loaded her with just the coolest aspects, and yeah, it was fun.
So probably if we try to get through all these 20 questions, we wouldn't have enough time to do that. So maybe I think we can make like a speed run. And
Okay.
I already deleted questions that I think you already answered. So that is another question that, if you don't mind, I will answer for you. That is the question from Micaela Portelinha. What is Steph's flaw? None.
What is Steph's what? Flaw?
Flaw, yeah.
Her flaw. She's not able to just let things go sometimes. I don't think
Yeah.
she can let things go easily, and you find that out in Steph's story. She's not good at communicating as much as we think, and like, you know, when she gets into a relationship, she really struggles with communicating her feelings.
So, do you think that if Chloe and Rachel didn't get together, Steph and Rachel could?
Possibly they could have, like, you know, canoodled and see where it went, but I think that eventually Steph would have been like, yo, she's too crazy for me. I think I'd really with her.
I agree with that. Crazy Frog 5237 has a question. He says, Katy Bentz, I have a very serious question, and it needs to be answered now.
Oh.
Bacon omelette or Belgian waffles? That's pretty
I'm
serious.
gonna go with a waffle.
You go for waffle?
Yeah, just in this moment right now, a waffle sounds really good right now.
Yeah. Have you been to Belgium?
Have I been to Belgium?
Yeah.
I've driven through it, but I stopped at a gas station and I had chocolate.
Okay. You
No,
didn't have
I was on a tour. We were on a tour bus and we just like stopped to get gas, and everyone was like, "You need to have Belgian chocolate," and I was like, "Okay, I'll get some Belgian chocolate," and then that was it.
I went there probably 10 years ago,
And you
almost
had a
20 years
waffle?
ago. Yeah, and they don't call it waffle there. It's the
Oh.
same name from Paris, France.
Oh.
They call it golf, I think. Golf. It's not waffle.
Weird. Interesting.
Yeah, I
What is
remember I took a picture in the Eiffel Tower, and I was like eating Eiffel in the Waffle Tower, and I think the people from France don't get it, this joke.
Yeah. They were like, "We don't understand what you're talking about."
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's too complex, I think.
But yeah, Belgian waffle. I hope I didn't disappoint you.
Belgian golf. Yeah. Lucky Hell asks, would you like True Colors to have a sequel, or is it better to leave the story as it is?
I mean, selfishly, yeah, so I could be Steph again. But sometimes I feel like it is better to just leave stories as is, right? Especially if it like left off in a good note. But also like what's great about the series is like there's so many different relationships and stories to like continue to explore. So I mean, it's possible, but I'll lean with yes selfishly because I want to be Steph
Yeah.
again.
Marcante asks you, what was your reaction when you knew that Steph will be back in a new Life Strange game?
Oh my God, I was so stoked. It was back in 2018. It was December of 2018, and I received an email from one of the heads of Red Deck 9 being like, hey, like, would you want to come back and reprise your role as Steph in the next game? And this was like a year a year and some change after Before the Storm came out. And I just freaked out. I remember like looking at the email in my bed when I first woke up. I called my mom. I was like so stoked about it. I was so excited. And then I was like, oh crap, I have to keep this a secret for like 3 years. And so I just like kept streaming knowing that it was going to be so fun, in the next like 3 years for this to come, or 2 years, I guess, for this to come out. And yeah, and like we just didn't really know. We didn't know like when it was going to get announced. We didn't know anything. So I'm just, streaming and just like waiting for the announcement to happen. And it was just so exciting to share with my community when it happened. Yeah, I was just ecstatic.
So cool. You've been streaming since before the storm.
No, so I started streaming in 2017 after
2017. After.
I think episode 3 came out. A friend of mine got me set up on Twitch and was like, "Hey, you should play the games on Twitch for viewers and the players." And I just didn't know what was happening. And then I streamed and I was really fun and cool. And I just saw an opportunity to like, build a brand and build something
Yeah.
with these people who were watching me. There were like 30 people. And there's a handful of those people who are still in my stream today, which is
Yeah.
insane. 7 years later,
Yeah, I
it's
can relate
crazy.
to that. Yeah, it's very important because when you get something that gives that hype to your work, for example, oh, you played a character in a new Life Strange game and you created your channel and you got all this audience that is like curious about, oh, that is
Hmm.
the actress who played Steph. And
Yeah.
they start to watch your live streams and they started to like you as a person
Hmm.
and they still follow you until
Yeah, it's
this
really
day like
special.
and when you say like I'm making a new project, I'm working on a movie, for example, you already have this fan base that you
Yeah.
can have to support you in any work you
Yeah, I feel
make.
like they're definitely a part of anything I do now, just because like I'm excited to share it with them. And like I would not be where I'm at. I mean, obviously, like I know I'm a hard worker and like I'm very determined and persistent, but I truly wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for Life is
Yeah,
Strange and for those 30 people and for the fandom and for this character and for Web and Don't Nod a Deck Nine Square. Like I wouldn't be where I'm at. I
yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah.
Like they gave me like a road and I chose to drive on it. And yeah, I'll forever be grateful to the entire franchise and everything that goes along with it.
Yeah, this is a beautiful thing about creating content. I think we are like sharing this life experience with people, and we are being part of their daily basis. Like
Mm-hmm.
they use it just to have a moment of relaxation, like watching a gameplay or having fun watching your reactions. And in the end, I think it's all about people not feeling so lonely. And I think that's why
Yeah.
True Colors is so special for me, for example, because it was a time that my channel was like growing a little bit. I bought the game because I wasn't big enough to like receive a copy or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was different now. Not that my channel is big, it isn't, but I received the double
Oh,
exposure.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
from
awesome.
Square
Congrats.
Enix. I'm so sorry, Square Enix, because I didn't like the game, but I always be honest.
I think it's good being honest and transparent, but
Yeah,
that's so cool that you're able to get the game. Yeah, that's cool that you were recognized and acknowledged by them
yeah,
as a creator.
yeah. I don't have any pleasure like criticizing the game because I don't know. I love Life Strange so much, so all I hope is that the franchise can still get better. And
Yeah, and when I say too, I mean, like, gosh, when Life is Strange 2 came out, dude, that game got ripped apart.
ah,
That
yeah,
game got ripped apart, you know? And so I think back to that moment too, you know, when there's negative feedback about this one, I'm just like, it's a little different, obviously, because you've got, you know, um,
yeah,
similar returning characters and such. But like, yeah, I just when it comes to a franchise like this, I feel like you're not gonna connect with every single game.
yeah,
Like it's just not going to work like that. You know, you're going to connect to different characters in different games or different scenarios or different topics or you know, and each of them dive in different. Like for instance, like Alex being a foster kid. You know, like I'm sure there's a foster kid out there who's like, man, like a game that represents me. Like this is crazy. Yeah, a game that recognizes someone's ethnicity or nationality or you know identity
yeah.
in general. But yeah, not every game is going to be a hit. Yeah, so I always think by that too.
Life Strange 2 suffered a lot of the expectations of the fans because Life Strange 2 is actually a very good game, and
Oh my god, it's so good.
we're talking about the soundtrack. It's one of the best soundtracks.
Yeah,
I
it is.
was playing Red from. Do you know the
Oh,
song?
okay.
Yeah,
It's in Life is Strange too. I mean, I'm sure I do.
it's. I'm not gonna sing because it's. Anyways, it's just like they have this vibe on the guitar. It's so cool. Like, um,
Oh, I can't hear it. Your gain is too low, I think.
yeah,
I can't hear it.
it's
It's
so
okay. No, I was just
cool.
I could have pretended like I heard it and been like, yeah, but no, I can't hear it.
It's so good, and it's like two chords gets to my soul.
No,
Oh,
the music element of anything for me is like what really attaches.
yeah,
Yeah. And like that might even be like a big contender of why I enjoyed that game so much is because the music just like meshed so well. But no, I do like enjoy the story and everything. And yeah, like even though like I can't like personally connect with like, you know, teenage, you
yeah,
know, boys, like it still was a fun story for me to play and it hit on a lot of things and a lot of important topics. Yeah, that was a great game. But yeah, I'm excited to see where the series continues to go and yeah, just see what happens.
yeah. Okay, we have three questions to go.
Okay.
Um, from Punky Love. Okay, did you play other characters in the Life Strange franchise?
No.
I know Punky from the live streams
Oh, cool.
and the channel, and I'm making this series is exploring the live strange one and telling the references, curiosities about where the ideas came from because I did a lot of research of the live strange one a while ago,
Yeah.
and we have a lot of actors that voice
Yeah.
over
Mhm.
multiple characters. So
Yeah. I don't even know if I don't think anybody does multiple characters. Rather, like I don't think so, unless it's the devs, because a lot of the devs do the NPCs from Deck Nine, and
mhm.
so there's a chance that some of the devs are doing different NPC characters. But the main characters, I don't believe any of the main characters in True Colors did any other voiceover. Um, I don't know, like if it's just because like you know the voices are so distinct that they don't want you know even though we can manipulate our voices, it's still like somebody could still hear it, you know, and it could
Yeah.
take.
Do you know who did the angry phony guy? That one is so good.
Oh, the Angry Man?
The angry man, yeah.
Yeah, Billy. Billy did. Billy's great.
He's a
Yeah,
dev,
Billy.
or
Yeah, cinematic artist. I believe he's cinematic artist now. Yeah. And he, yeah, incredible. Yeah.
that's so funny.
Yeah, he's got so many fans. I don't think he even knows it.
Yeah. So, Doppelville. Kate, about the how to translate this? Fortúncio. It's like controversy. Okay, about the controversy of Max and Chloe relationship, and do you think it was for the better, or Deck Nine should have
Oh,
handled it differently? My name is Doppelville. So yeah, hi
oh,
Doppelville.
well, I can't speak on to anything of like what Deck Nine did just because I'm just an actor, but I can speak on my own personal gameplay. Well, I in my original gameplay, I chose to save the town.
Yeah.
So sorry, I'm so sorry to everybody out there who's just like crushed right now. But I have played the other version as well. Both are really great plays. But for me, I just feel like I don't know, like I'm like all these other people are going to die for one person, but I do realize that like, you know, that person is so important to Max and like that person has become so important, Chloe's become so important to players. So it makes sense when people do choose her over the town. But
Yeah.
my personal opinion was I was like, I can't let all these people die. Like that's crazy. Like I gotta save like if one person's gonna die and I save all these other people, well then that means more people can live. So it was just like a logical thing for me, I think. But I don't know. I think that young love, you know, can be a little bit unreliable sometimes and can kind of be a little toxic just because people are immature and they don't know how to act. You know, they think you think you're in love and but you don't really know what love is because you're 16 or, you know, 17, 18. So I think there's obviously a world where they could end up together, right?
Yeah.
Because they both mature and like Max is a totally different person in my eyes in double exposure. So it'd be interesting to see, yeah, what Chloe is like, right?
Yeah.
So and just to see like if that dynamic works better. I mean, it didn't even not work. It was just like they never explored their love really in Liz 1. It was just this like we want these two to be together, but like they're just best friends right now. But like they also like kind of kissed, and so like we don't really know what's happening. So they never really got to explore it. So it's not even that it was like that love. I don't think that love was really toxic at all. I think it was just two people who, you know, had crushes on each other but didn't get to explore it. And then you get to either decide to, you know, let her go or save a
Yeah.
bunch of people. And so, yeah, I think it'd be fun and interesting to explore their relationship. I mean, I
Yeah.
know we get to explore it in the comics, right? But yeah, it'd be fun to explore it further.
One thing that I was thinking about when I had to decide about saving Chloe or KJ, the game left a lot of holes that you can fulfill with your ideas in this case.
Yeah.
Because when I think about the timeline that Max is manipulating, being like just one timeline, yes, I think that she should rewind and save the town, the city.
Yeah, but then you get to go and see all these things and you get to dive deeper into Chloe and like you fall in love with Chloe and you're like, I don't want to let Chloe go now. She's a great person.
Yeah.
I love her.
But if you
Yeah.
think that Max have a lot of different timelines that she can be
Hmm.
in at all time,
Well, yeah, and yeah, exactly.
so it's just a matter of she deciding where she wants to be. And if she wants to be with Chloe, I would choose Chloe. Because
Yeah.
if she rewinds, not actually rewind, but if she goes back to that timeline she was in, she is going to left Chloe anyway in that timeline. So Chloe
Yeah.
will have to deal with the destruction of Arcadia Bay by her own.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it gets to the point where it's like your brain just hurts at the possibilities, all the
Yeah.
possibilities.
And that's why Life Strange 1 is so good
Hmm.
because you can, after, I don't know, 10 years, you can still argue about this one
Oh
decision.
yeah. I mean, it's an iconic
Yeah.
decision in media, I think, and especially in video games. Iconic. Yeah. I mean, I sat there on it for a long time. It was not an easy decision for me either.
Yeah. I remember the first time I played, I was like, oh, just two endings. Oh, that's so, I thought that everything I was doing in the game was going to, like, make the ending be different, but no.
Mhm.
And after a few years, I came back and I saw, like, okay, it's very, very deep. It's really good.
Yeah.
So, Rafael has a final question here. How did you get the job in the Life Strange Before the Storm? And okay, you already answered that. That's how it was to come back after so many years. Okay,
Yeah.
how did you get the job? The
Yeah,
first
I
one.
self-submitted. I moved out to Los Angeles in 2016, and then I was self-submitting on these casting websites for different jobs in Los Angeles. And I self-submitted for Before the Storm. I didn't know what it was. And then I got an audition for it. And I'm pretty sure when I came in, the audition was for Samantha. So I read for Samantha. And then when I came back, it was a character named Sophie, which was not anything. It was just, you know, they just throw in these like names that don't make any sense because they don't want people to know. Or maybe they changed her name. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that's who Steph ended up being. And yeah, and then I booked it. And again, I didn't know what I was in until a month before the game released. And I think I recorded that in like February of 2017. I think that's when I recorded. And then the game didn't come out until August, I think, the first episode. And so, yeah, like I remember looking at another contract that I got that had to sign like another NDA or something. And it said Deck Nine Games on it. And I was like, oh, finally, something I can search because I have no idea what I'm on. And they keep it so under wraps because, you know, video game leaks and stuff is really bad. But yeah, and then I Googled and I saw on the Wikipedia page that they had Life is Strange Before the Storm coming out in August of 2017. And I was like, oh, I think that's when I'm in. And then I asked one of my friends who was a gamer, I said, have you heard this game before? And she was like, dude, the original game is huge. I was like, no way, what? And so I was like, okay, I think I need to like revive my Twitter. I didn't have like a Twitter at the time. And so I like revived my Twitter, I like got my social media stuff going. And that's when I started like talking with people on social media, like fans and stuff. And then, yeah, and then eventually my friend was like, hey, like you should stream on Twitch. So I had all those people from Twitter and I was like, hey guys, I'm going to be on Twitch. And so they all came over on Twitch and hung out. But yeah, it was a wild time.
Yeah, that decision definitely had consequences.
Yeah, best consequences ever.
Oh,
People on
I
the
have a
internet.
last question.
Oh,
I'm so
okay.
sorry. I'm breaking the moment. But have you been to Oregon?
To Oregon? Yeah. Well, I grew up in Washington State, which is right above Oregon.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been to Oregon. Yeah, I've been all over Oregon.
Did you do the Life Strange road trip in there?
No, I have not. I think I've probably been in. Oh God, is it Eureka? I can't remember the town that it's like similar to. But yeah, I've been all around the coast of Oregon. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely cool though. But no, I haven't done the road trip, like the specific road trip. Yeah,
I'm looking
Oregon's
forward
beautiful.
for that.
Yeah, Pacific Northwest in the States is just, it's to die for. It's beautiful up
Yeah.
there.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful. Kate, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure to talk
Yeah.
to you. I wish you all the best in your
Thank
projects. I'm
you.
hoping
I
to know
appreciate
more
it.
about your movie. And
Yeah. Yeah. If you follow my socials and stuff, like I'll be
yeah,
posting about it when we do stuff. But yeah, yeah. Thank you again so much. This is really awesome. I'm glad we finally are able to do this.
yeah, it only
Yeah.
took 3 years.
I know. And thank you to all the fans in Brazil. You guys are amazing. I know some of you popped into my stream from time to time, but yeah, it's super welcoming if you ever want to come and hang out. But if not, like just know that I appreciate all the fans in Brazil. Life is Strange. You guys are awesome.
Anyway, thank you, Kate. See you.
Yeah, thank you
Cheers.
again. Okay, bye.
Bye. Cheers.